Hi guys, Clint Macklin here with Neon Rain again. Obviously mobile has been a big conversation piece as of late, and it has been for a little while now, but been getting a lot of questions about it, so thought I'd just do a quick little video on mobile optimization and just kind of go over some of the basics. So Google has a developer's corner or a developer's toolbox, and in that developer's toolbox, one of the things you can look up is mobile optimization preferences by Google. And they basically just rank their preference of mobile sites. Their very first preference is called responsive design. Responsive design, I've talked about in the past, it basically is exactly that. The site is responsive to the size of the screen that it's being viewed on, or the website's being viewed on. A good example of a responsive design is Mashable. Another good example is going to be our site. Our site's going through a redesign right now. We're going to have a full responsive design, so keep your eye out for that in a couple weeks here. The next preference they have is dynamically serve all devices. So basically what this is kind of using just a static HTML, and it serves up a different website for each device. A good example of that is CNN and Zillow. Both do that, do it that way. The last preference they have is your basic mobile site, where it's www.m.yourwebsite.com. That's their last preference. So obviously, if we're going off of what Google wants, and you're in the process of possibly doing a new site or going through a redesign right now, obviously you'd want to start with their very first preference, which is responsive design. So keep that in mind if you're going through this process now. Then let's kind of talk about the behavior of mobile users, because obviously it's a lot different when you're on your mobile device or a tablet than when you're actually on a laptop or desktop. So the first thing is hate scrolling. So when you're designing your tablet and your smartphone website, make sure that there isn't scrolling. Make sure things stack really nice and they don't have to scroll from side to side or up and down, because that's the very first thing that they hate. Also, being that it's a mobile version, also give them access to a desktop. I can't tell you how much that bothers me when I'm on my iPad at home and I'm doing some research or whatever, looking at a site, and I get their mobile site, but there's no way for me to click to get to their full version. So make sure that you have that on your mobile site as well. Another big thing is feature timely information prominently on the site, meaning have your phone number above the full, or very high on the website, address very high on the website. So you kind of want it maybe in that top banner. Just make that because obviously when you're on a mobile device, say they're coming to see you and they're in a car and they're get lost or something, they just want to go to your site, just figure out a phone number to call you real quick, tell you they're running late, or to find your address because they're lost. Make sure that information is prominent so they can find it really easy when they look it up. Last thing is the new Universal Analytics, the Universal Google Analytics. So the cool thing with this is when a user is logged in through their Gmail account, and say they come to your site first from a mobile device, but then later on that afternoon they go home and come to your site from their desktop, well, the Universal Analytics tracks that data, so you can see how people are getting to your site first, and then you can track how they're going through your site. So setting this up correctly is huge for all these things, because with the analytics, you can see your bounce rate, which can tell you maybe there's too much scrolling. You can see the bounce rate if you don't have access to the mobile version or the desktop version. So setting up your analytics and looking at them and letting the data dictate kind of the route you choose here is hugely beneficial. So then last, let's kind of go into mobile SEO needs. Just a couple quick things here. So obviously, the search engine optimization of mobile is different than your typical optimization on your homepage type of site. Not a lot, but there is some different things. Obviously, the very first thing, people search from a mobile device a lot different than they're going to search from a desktop. Because sometimes, or most of the time, especially with me, it's voice. So you're using the voice, whether it's Siri or the new Google Voice. so you're searching, what's the best dentist in my area or something along those lines, and you're just talking into the device. So the way people search is a lot different. So the biggest thing to start doing is keyword research for mobile. And Google keyword tool, you can filter things out by mobile. So you can start your keyword search there and just start figuring out keywords that way, and then you can kind of put some content around those things, especially on your mobile device, so that you get better results. The last thing along with those results, high rankings is the most important thing. As much as people hate scrolling, they're also not going to go page 2, page 3. So being high in the local listings is so important. So that's why it's so important to just kind of follow these things mentioned above, and really kind of have a mobile optimization strategy going out with your mobile device. So it's one thing to have the mobile device, or I mean not mobile device, mobile website, but also just because you have that, you want to follow that up with a mobile strategy. How are you going to get those top rankings? So keep that in mind. If you have any questions, obviously don't hesitate to shoot me an email or give me a call. Would love to talk to you. Hope you found this beneficial and useful. And until next time, thanks. Have a great day.